Level 1. The swipe. You're 21, you wait tables, and you make $9.50 an hour. 23,000 in student debt. Car payment 4 months behind. Your phone won't stop buzzing. Devin works your shift. Same $9.50. But Devin has $280 Jordans and a gold chain. He shows you a photo after close. Front and back of a customer's Amex. 6 seconds. 400 in electronics. Vacant apartment 2 blocks away. Order went through. Nobody called. Nobody noticed. You tell him he's insane. He says, look at the shoes. You look. The shoes win. You think about it for 2 weeks. Not about right or wrong. About the car payment. First swipe. Businessman. $12 tip on a $190 bill. You photograph the card. Hands shaking. You buy a speaker for $180 that night. Ship it. Vacant apartment. You don't sleep. Sell it 2 days later. $120 cash. 15 seconds of work. Math changes everything. Second swipe. Third. You stop choosing who. You start choosing who won't notice. Not the regulars. Not the ones who know your name. Travelers. Businessmen. People passing through. Devin says keep it under 300. That's where banks look. You don't verify. You obey. 2 cards a week. Sometimes 3. 6 seconds in the hallway. That's your whole window. The guilt was bad the first time. Less the second. By the 5th, you stop counting. Car payments current for the first time in 7 months. Paid it with someone else's Visa. 3 months. $4,200. You did the math on a napkin during break. New sneakers. Not Jordans. Something quiet. Devin sees them. Gives the nod. You're in. You ask the manager for more Fridays. He thinks you want the tips. You don't. Friday nights. Business dinners. Corporate cards. People who expense everything and check nothing. You stop flinching. The phone comes out smooth now. 6 seconds feels like 60. 11 packages this week. Vacant apartment. You carry them out in a gym bag. Marketplace. Craigslist. Offer up. You sell electronics faster than Best Buy ships them. Second bank account. Different bank. One for the job. One for everything else. Devin gets sloppy. Photographs a regular's card. The regular calls the restaurant next morning. Manager pulls everyone into a meeting. Someone skimming cards. Nobody looks at anyone. Devin doesn't get caught. The regular blames another restaurant. Devin got lucky. Devin knows it. 2 a.m. Heart won't slow down. Not guilt. Proximity. How close Devin came. You tell Devin be smarter. He says relax. You say no. First time you've said no. Gloves now. Wipe the cards down. No fingerprints on the packages. You're learning. Burner phone now. Orders go through the burner. Nothing traces back to your real name. Spreadsheet. Every swipe. Date. Amount. What you bought. What you sold it for. Organized. 6 months. 11,000. You still make $9.50 an hour. The $9.50 is the joke. Mom asks how work's going. You say good. She says you look tired. Late shifts. Devin knows a guy named Travis. Travis doesn't photograph cards. Travis buys them in bulk. Level 2. The upgrade. You're 22. Devin introduces you to Travis. Parking lot. 9 p.m. Travis. Glasses. All black. He opens the laptop. Hundreds of stolen card numbers on screen. 100 cards for $200. Not all work. Maybe 40 out of 100. 40 active cards at $250 each. 10,000 in product. Flip for 6 or 7. You quit the restaurant on a Tuesday. 2 weeks notice. Like a normal person. You learn the ecosystem. Drops. Vacant houses. Albums under fake names. P.O. boxes. Fake IDs. Packages land where nobody asks questions. You pick them up like groceries. Tuesday routine. Electronics flip fastest. Laptops. Tablets. Headphones. Sell them same day sometimes. Gift cards are cleaner. Buy 500. Convert to crypto. Crypto to cash. Trail gone. 8 to 12,000 a month now. 1-bedroom apartment. Just you. No roommates. Mom thinks you work in digital marketing. Technically true if you remove the word fraud. You meet Keisha at a party. She's smart. She asks what you do. You say marketing. She's noticed the money. Nice apartment. New clothes. No office. She asks. You half answer. Dinner with Keisha. Your real card gets declined. 14,000 in it. Bank flagged it. You pay cash. Smile. Say bank glitch. She smiles back. Your hands stay cold all night. You call the bank. They say unusual deposits. You say freelance income. They unfreeze it. Close call. You open a third account at a third bank. Spread the money thinner. Travis says forget the restaurant cards. He has a contact at a hotel. Higher limits. Hotel front desk. Guests hand him their cards at check-in. He photographs everyone. Fresh cards. Business travelers. Corporate accounts. The hotel cards are a different league entirely. First hotel batch. 20 cards. 16 work. $4,200 in 1 weekend. Gift cards now. Not electronics. 500 at a time. Light. Clean. Untraceable. 3 months with the hotel cards. 15,000 a month. Travis takes his cut. You take yours. 2-bedroom apartment. 2,400 a month. Cash through a friend's name. Not yours. Nothing is in your name anymore. Apartment. Car. Bank accounts. You don't exist on paper. You have 3 runners now. They pick up packages from drops. You never touch a package yourself anymore. 2 guys at retail stores process your returns. Fraudulent merchandise back to the shelf. Store credit out the door. The Eastern European seller. Travis found him. Fresh card dumps. Not just numbers. Full profiles. Names. Addresses. Social security. Mother's maiden name. Enough to pass any verification. Enough to become someone else for exactly as long as you need. The operation does 40 to 60,000 a month in gross. Your cut is 40%. Do the math. You drive a BMW now. 3 Series. Paid cash. Through a friend's name. Because nothing is yours. Keisha found the drawer 8 months ago. 11 phones. 30 SIM cards. A stack of cards with names that weren't yours. The conversation lasted 2 hours. She cried. She didn't call the cops. She left. You didn't chase her. Chasing her would mean explaining things that explanations can't fix. So you watched her walk out. The apartment is quiet after she leaves. The 11 phones are still in the drawer. The drawer doesn't cry. Level 3. The network. You're 24 now. You built this thing, and it runs without you touching it. 8 operators working scripts you wrote. A training document. You made a training document for fraud. You moved from dating apps to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, military spouse groups, grief forums, wherever people are lonely. The long game. Some targets you nurture for 6 months before the first ask. Build the relationship deep. A retired teacher named Margaret. 5 months. $47,000. That was her granddaughter's college fund. She calls you the love of her life in a text message. She's 67. She's never seen your face. You read her messages sometimes at night. Not to plan, just to read them. You don't know why. One of your operators goes too far. A target discovers the scam. Attempts suicide. You find out from a news article. The target survived. You don't shut down the operation. You tell the team to be more careful with exits. You tell yourself it's not your fault. You almost believe it. Almost is doing a lot of work in that sentence. The Secret Service has been tracking cryptocurrency wallet patterns for 8 months. You don't know this. Not the FBI. The Secret Service handles credit card fraud. You didn't know that either. They're not tracking you. They're tracking the Eastern European seller. His customer list has your username. Your username links to a crypto wallet. The wallet links to an exchange. The exchange has your real ID. You uploaded your ID 2 years ago when you didn't understand what you were building. That's the thread. One of your operators gets sloppy, uses a real photo, gets reverse image searched. Trail starts there. A second target files a police report. Same jurisdiction as a third. The detective notices identical phrases. Your script. Word for word. 2 different victims. Same sentences. The detective makes the connection in an afternoon. They flip your operator in 3 hours. He gives them everything. The spreadsheet. The wallets. Your real name. You're at home on a Wednesday night watching TV. You don't know that the warrant was signed 4 hours ago. Level 4. The fall. 6:14 a.m. on a Thursday. You know the exact time because you checked your phone. That was the last normal moment. For Secret Service agents. 2 local cops. Your apartment door. They have a warrant. They find the phones. The SIM cards. The cards. The laptops. 2 hard drives. $34,000 in cash in a shoebox in the closet. You couldn't deposit it. You couldn't spend it fast enough. Cash in a shoebox is evidence that doesn't need an explanation in court. They photograph everything. They read you your rights in your kitchen. You're in sweatpants. The BMW keys on the counter get seized by noon. The indictment is 47 pages. Wire fraud. Identity theft. Conspiracy. Aggravated identity theft. Mandatory minimum. Total victim count. 1,847 cardholders. Across 30 states. You never thought of them as people. You thought of them as numbers on a screen. The courtroom makes them people. 11 submit victim impact statements. A 72-year-old retired nurse. You used her card for $1,200 in electronics. City she's never visited. The bank didn't believe her for 3 months. She disputed the charges. They froze her account. She went without her heart medication for 6 weeks. Because her account was frozen. Because of you. You hear this in the courtroom. You look at your hands. Your hands typed her card number into the checkout. Diane sits in the gallery. She flew in for this. She's wearing a cardigan. She looks tired and kind. 11 victims in the gallery. They all flew in. They all sit and look at you. You look at the table. Looking at them would require being a person you stopped being somewhere around $2,000. Your lawyer whispers, take the deal. The conspiracy charge carries 20 years. The plea deal is 7. 7 years federal. 3 years supervised release. $1.2 million in restitution. The judge approves it. Your mom is in the courtroom. Church dress. She doesn't understand the lawyers. She understands the number 7. She understands the word years. She puts her hand over her mouth. The church dress was supposed to be for Sundays. Devin got 3 years. He cooperated early. Gave them names before they asked. That's Devin. Always one step ahead. Travis got 12. He didn't cooperate. He didn't say a word. Thin straight line mouth until the end. The hotel contact got 18 months. The runners got probation. The system punishes the top and the bottom differently. You sit in a federal facility in a state you've never visited. Wearing clothes you didn't choose. The cell has a bunk. A toilet. A window that shows a parking lot. That's your view for 7 years. You have 2,557 days left. That's the number you think about. Not the 4,200 from the restaurant. Not the 60,000 months. Not the BMW. Just the number. 2,557. It counts down one day at a time. Each day takes exactly one day. There is no hack for that. No shortcut. No card you can swipe to make it go faster. The first night you lie on the bunk and stare at the ceiling. The ceiling doesn't have a checkout page. You wake up at 6 every morning. Not because you want to. Because the lights come on at 6. Breakfast is at 6:30. You eat what they give you. The food doesn't taste like anything. You think about Keisha sometimes. Not the fight. The party where you met. The way she looked at you. You think about your mom in the church dress. Hand over her mouth. That image doesn't leave. You think about Diane. The retired nurse. 6 weeks without heart medication. You put her there. You think about Margaret. 67. Granddaughter's college fund. 47,000. She called you the love of her life. Letters come sometimes. Mom writes every week. She doesn't mention the trial. She talks about the weather. Your lawyer files an appeal. It gets denied in 4 months. You read the denial in the library. A year in, you stop counting the days. Not because it gets easier. Because counting makes it longer. You get a job in the prison library. Minimum wage. 40 cents an hour. Honest money. First time in 5 years. Year 3. You start a GED tutoring program for other inmates. Teaching is the first thing that feels real. Year 5. You get a letter from Diane, the retired nurse. She doesn't forgive you. She just needed to say that. You read the letter 7 times. You don't write back. There's nothing you can say that earns a response. Year 6. Early release hearing. Good behavior. The tutoring program. The board says yes. 90 days. You walk out on a Tuesday morning. The air hits different when you haven't chosen to breathe it in 7 years. Mom picks you up in the parking lot. Same car. She's older. She doesn't say anything. She just holds you. You get a job stacking shelves at a grocery store. $9 an hour. You've made $9 an hour before. The difference is this time $9 an hour is the whole truth. No hallway. No burner phone. No second life. You pass a Best Buy on the drive home. The checkout page used to be your office. Now it's just a store. The restitution is $1.2 million. You'll be paying it back for the rest of your life. That's the cost. That's what it cost.